Okay, good afternoon, morning, evening, whenever you're watching this. It's afternoon for me because I come home from church and record these. Yeah, I'm back on the webcam. I'm trying something new again. I'm going straight to YouTube today. So, we'll see how well this works. But this week was building a financial future God's way. And let's just he was reading out of 1 Timothy chapter 6, verses 6 through 10. Just the sixth chapter's not that long. I mean, I'm not going to go in and read 6 through 10. I'm just going to go over what he did. And the first thing you've got to do is understand the difference between your needs and your greeds, as Pastor Kevin puts it. In other words, you need a way to go to work, but you don't need a Corvette to do it. A Yugo is just fine. That's the difference. We know we need certain things, but do we need as good as we got? And yeah, hey, some of us for our jobs, we need nicer clothes. We need a nicer vehicle to carry clients out. And that is a true need. I mean, if your job requires you to have a 15 passenger van, then that's a need. But if you want a 15 passenger van so you and every one of your friends can go clubbing on the weekends or whatever, then that's not a need. And that's the first thing you got to do. Figure out, what do I really need and what is it just I'm being greedy with. And then next, number 2, understand the real producer of happiness. This computer I'm sitting in front of didn't bring me happiness. My wife didn't bring me happiness. My kids didn't bring me happiness because they're all going to disappoint me. My computer frustrates me every day. Oh man, hey, just now it took me 10 minutes to get to the point where I could do this because I had to restart it. The webcam wouldn't even come on. There was no way to get the webcam to come on. I'm like, oh great, well my webcam's dead. No, it's not. I just had to reboot the computer. And that's going to frustrate you. This ain't happiness. The real happiness isn't even the church. It's the person that created the church. It's God. It's the reason the church is there. That's where the happiness comes from, is Jesus Christ died on the cross for you and asked God for happiness. Jesus will come into your heart and fulfill your happiness. And then, because you can be happy in bad, good, whatever. Understand, and number 3, understand priority of living. And that's just, again, you've got to know what to put first. And now then, now that we know what it takes, now and how to do it, how do you get to the difference between needs and greeds? How do you understand that He brings happiness? Give to God first. Make sure He gets it. No, hey, He's the most important. He's more important than the power company. He's more important than the grocery store. He is the most important. So you need to be sure He gets His first. And we're all guilty of this. I'm guilty of it. I mean, when it comes to this right here, I'm as far behind as anybody else. I mean, I reach in my wallet and yeah, that's what he can have this week. And I understand if I would just write the check out, but it's hard to do. We think we understand, but we don't. We really do not understand. So, give to God first. And there's plenty of scripture to tell you and reiterate this fact to you, that you should give it to God first. And I'm not going to go into a lot of scripture this week because there's a lot of it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to I'm going to spend the time, put in the description bar all the scriptures that you need, because this is very important. This is the most important thing for you, is because if you get your finances right and you put the right person in charge of it, he'll run the rest of your life. Because your finances run your whole life. Oh, I can't do that. I don't have the money. Oh, hey, I got the money. Let's go do that. You know, if you get your finances and you let God take your finances, he'll tell you what you can and can't do. You won't have the money to do it if you shouldn't do it. But yet, if you want to do the right thing, you'll have the money to do it. Because if God's in control, then he's in control. If you give him his first. And then 3 characteristics of God first giving. And he used 1 Corinthians verse 1 and 2. My giving should be planned. When you get paid, you sit there, okay, there's God's check. It's done. My plan is put that in the offering bag Sunday morning. That's a plan. You got to plan. Not when I get to church on Sunday, I reach in my wallet. And that's me. I don't plan. It just, and really, if your plan is that, then normally you've got it too. You know, if you have a plan, that's it, a plan. And my giving should be personal. You know, which all giving is going to be personal, but you know, you've got not like, oh yeah, that's money I don't need anyway. You know, not like, oh, we give as a family. You know, each person should give. You know, not as a whole. You know, it's all still the family giving, but each person should sacrifice something for God. And my giving should be proportional. 10%. That's proportional. If you have more, you should give more. Don't give more. You know, don't give a lot when you don't have, and then when you have, quit giving because you got it. As you get more, you give more. And you should continue doing that. And then the second thing is, you know, you give to God first, and then you share with others. And if you start doing it, you'll understand. You know, you want everybody to have everything. And if you'll share what you've got with others, and not in a way that makes them feel like, oh yeah, he thinks he's got it all together. No, you know, just be like, hey, you know, I'm going here, you know, you want to go? Well, I ain't got the money. You know, I'm asking you if you want to go with me. You know, I need somebody to go with me, and you're free. Let's go. You know, you can take friends places. I did. I always have, and that's where I don't struggle, is sharing with others. I mean, I can share. Sometimes so much so that people think I'm a little arrogant because I'm like, oh yeah, you know, I can help you. I can do it. You know, and I try not to, you know, be arrogant about what I've got, you know, because I've got a lot more than I deserve. You know, I've got a lot more than my pay scale would ever say I could have, and it's all because that's what God lets me have. You know, and the more you turn over to him, the more you're gonna have. So I guess that's really all for this week. You know, hey, if y'all like it, you know, click the thumbs up. If you're on YouTube, you know, subscribe to me. I really need subscribers. You know, we all like that. But you know, and if you've got suggestions, if you can tell me, you know, how I can do better, how bad you think I'm really doing, you know, just comment down here, please. You know, but like I said, I'm gonna put some of this in the I'm gonna put these verses in the description bar, and just remember, God's first, and let him control everything. If he's not controlling your money, he's not controlling you, and he can't make you happy, and he is the source of happiness. We think it's money, but hey, stuff may be what starts making you happy, but it's God that gives you the stuff. You need God first. Put God first. And, well, that's all I've got this week. Come back next week for whatever Kevin did next Sunday, and I've got other things on my mind that I think I'm going to start putting on here during the week. I don't know yet. I hadn't got it all together or on paper to where I can get it to where it comes out fairly easily. But I've got things going on in here that I'm gonna start doing more than just a Sunday thing. So anyway, that's it. I'm sorry. I'll just keep rambling.